Hey all, yesterday I made a video called The State of Classic Era in 2025. This is a kind of video that I've made many times. I make it every 3 or 4 months just to sort of let people know what's going on with Classic Era. And I received not a nasty comment on it, but a very opinionated comment, a very, like they say, Siths speak in absolutes. It was just, there's only one correct answer here. So naturally I disagree with that comment. What was the comment? Well, they deleted it. But it roughly said there is zero reason to be playing on Classic Era. When Fresh exists, there is zero reason to be playing on Classic Era. That's a very one-sided opinion. So let's go over that. I'm going to give you 10 reasons why I think people play on Classic Era. I play on Classic Era. I also play Fresh. Guess what? You can play both. Is reasons to play on Classic Era. Number 1, there are no layers on Classic Era. There were layers in the past for a short little bit of time, but we, got our torches and pitchforks out and the layers were removed after many complaints. Layers, of course, can help to, when you have a mega server like, say, Night Slayer, they help. I get it. But they also suck, right? They split the community. Versus on Whitemane, you don't have layers. That means if you go to wherever you want to go, maybe there's enemies there, maybe there's not. Maybe you have to fight over the resources. And so people who play on a PvP server, typically they don't like layers. And Whitemane doesn't have layers, whereas Night Slayer does. Number 2, maybe you play on Classic Era because that's where your friends play. And maybe you would be interested in playing on Fresh, but your friends play on Era and they don't want to play on Fresh. And you're like, well, I'm just going to play with my friends. I'll just play with my friends. That's a valid reason. Reason number 3. No time for Fresh. I know people who, they're just incredibly busy. Incredibly busy. And they can log in every now and then, not super regular. Maybe they have a crazy work schedule. 2 weeks, they're a deep sea diver or something. I actually went to school to do that once upon a time. And then anyways, you get the point. Sometimes they're out of the country or something. But they can log in once in a while and they can hop on, do a raid, do some this, do some of that, some PvP, and then they can't play for a long time. And it would just be impossible for them to play on Fresh. They don't have time. They can't. Or maybe they're just really busy with kids or whatever the case may be. I'm always reminded of this. I think it was a Facebook post or a Reddit post I saw one time. And in 2019 Classic, I think I was in AQ40 or Nax at the time, and I read a post and this person, she's like, I just hit 60 for the first time. And I'm like, hey, that's great. That's an accomplishment. You feel good about yourself. But that type of person, they would not be able to play on Fresh. By the time they get to 60, Fresh would be over. What's the point? Some people, it just wouldn't work for them to play on Fresh. Reason number 4. Similar to no time on to play Fresh, they don't want to do it all over again. They've done it. They've participated in the rat race. And while they might play on Era a lot, so time is not the issue, but they're just like, I don't want to do that all again. I know people who have, they've ranked multiple characters, bissed out multiple characters, and they just enjoy playing those characters. And there's nothing wrong with that. Number 5, GDKP. GDKPs are banned on Fresh, but they are not banned on Classic Era. People like GDKPs. They enjoy that loot system. And hey, I've done soft reserve raids lots, and I'm okay with multiple loot systems. I've done loot council, I've done DKP, I've done a lot of different loot systems. But people like GDKP. They enjoy going to the raid, and if the item they want doesn't drop, they still get something for it. They like it. And I'm against gold buying. I do not like that stuff, but I don't see any issue with GDKP. Reason number 6. People just enjoy raiding Nax. They just, right now, Fresh is just Molten Core and Alterac Valley. But Era offers you so much other stuff to do. And that stuff will come. It will come in Fresh. But it's nice to be able to just log in and play Nax or AQ40. And it's actually good to stay fresh on that content so that when it does come out on Fresh, it's not like, how do I do this again? I haven't done it for forever. It's not a bad reason. Similarly, number 7, there's not much to do in Fresh right now, right? I already said that there's not much to do in Fresh. And so you can actually play both versions. You can very easily raid log on Era and play for a couple hours a week on Era because you just enjoy doing it. You have your geared character, your that's like your sports car, and you like to take it out on a sunny day for a drive. There's literally nothing wrong with playing your character you've put so much effort into. And that shouldn't be, something that you make fun of or have to make a comment on a YouTube video like, what's this whole Era versus Fresh and PvE versus PvP server? We're all playing the same game, man. Reason number 8, you actually enjoy playing on a smaller realm. Playing on a smaller realm, some people don't like mega servers. They just don't. Mega servers have so many people, it's craziness. On a smaller realm, you can go out and enjoy the nice, slow-paced world. You can go out and pick a flower, and there's not a million bots. Night Slayer has all the bots. The Fresh server has all the bots. There's pretty much no bots on Era. And that's reason number 9. There's almost no bots. So there might be less people, but on Fresh, a lot of those people you see are just computer programs picking flowers that you're buying off the auction house, and maybe you're buying gold and then spending the gold. So yeah. Reason number 10, Era is your sandbox. If you are that completionist who wants to get every item in the game, if you want to get every recipe for your profession, if you want to do every single rep grind, like Shrendalar, like that's a crazy rep grind. It's a lot easier to do that rep grind on Era where you have as much time as you need versus on Fresh. Meme specs are a tiny little bit more entertained on Era. I mean, I've brought a prop pally with Thunder Fury to Nax to tank. That person's living the dream. They got Thunder Fury. You think you're gonna get Thunder Fury on a hunter in Fresh? Probably not. But on Era, if you wait long enough, anything can happen. So there are definitely reasons to play on Era. And there's probably other reasons other than that. So I say this in every one of these kind of videos. I always leave some sort of caveat where it's like there's so much rivalry or hatred or something, I don't know what the word is for it, against other people playing WoW. Retail versus vanilla. Like, just imagine you're walking down the street and you see someone with you're a Horde player and they have a Horde shirt on and you're like, whoa, you play WoW, me too. And then you're like, wait, do you play retail or classic, and they're like, oh, I play classic. And you're like, oh, whew, me too. I hate retail. I play classic. Nice, nice, nice. What kind of version do you play? And they're like, oh, I play SOD. And you're like, I hate SOD. Or they Cataclysm. Oh, you play Cata? Like, people are gonna play different versions of the game they want to play. Oh, you play PvE? What? What's wrong with you? Oh, you play on Era? No, you have to play Night Slayer fresh or you're stupid. No, I don't agree with that. We all play the same game, and there's so many different versions, and there's reasons to play those different versions. So play what you want to play. That's all there is to say. That rhymed. All right. I hope that made sense. And yeah, so I play on Fresh. I play on Era. You can do both. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a sub and a comment. Catch me live on my Twitch channel, Dwarf Lord TV, to connect with me or say hi to me in game on any of my characters. Dwarf Lord out.
And they say that the Dwarf Lord could save us. I'm not gonna pave here and wait. I'll hold on to the beard of the Dwarf Lord. Watch as we heroic leap away.